Hello, Paul Hamilton here. I wanted to show you how to make that transparent protractor. So basically, as you can see here, it is just a chart or a table. And if you press edit, I'll show you how I actually went across it. So if I edit the data, I've just created basically 36 cells going across with 10 each. That's 10 degrees. And that gives me that kind of 360 degree view. Now, what I have to do with that is I actually have to cut it in half. So what a little trick to the trade here, that's how it's going to end up. You can see I've just drawn the actual kind of degrees down the side and I've rotated it. But what you can actually do is if you bring up your photos on a split screen, like I've just done there, and if I do a long press and drag that over to my photos, it will go into my photo gallery beautifully as a PNG image. And that will allow me to kind of cut that in half, or to kind of mask it, sorry. So I get that nice protractor kind of half the full circle kind of view. So if I open up a new slide here and I drag over from my photos back in, you'll see that it does it beautifully. I can then double tap on that. And when I double tap that, I can actually mask it. So this is where you need to be a little bit more precise. I would zoom in and do it a little bit more carefully, and I'm going to lower it right at the bottom. That's crucial because when you bring it into ARMakr, you want it sitting on the actual ground. You don't want it kind of sitting off, kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm back in Keynote. All I need to do now is actually make sure that my background of my slide has no fill in it. So it's got that transparent slide background. And then I can actually export all of those slides as PNG images. By the way, copy your slides a couple of times and rotate so you've got a couple of different versions of your protractor, maybe a couple of horizontal, couple of vertical ones. And what we're going to do there is if we go over to share, we're going to share each of these different files as PNG files, which will kind of give us that nice kind of look. So at the top right hand corner, you'll see your little dots at the top, and we're going to export those. Make sure that they're images and PNG, and we're going to press export. And down the bottom there, it says save 5 images. We're going to save them to our camera roll. And that's basically it. It took a little bit of time, but now if we jump into ARMakr, we're looking for a plane here, and you can see that when I put it down, I've got that beautiful transparency look. The numbers, the degrees, I just did with an Apple Pencil in Keynote. And if I bring in one that hasn't got the transparent background, if I put it in front of it here, you'll see that the difference is, you really want that transparency so that you can actually see through and measure these real life classroom objects. I hope that was really helpful for you guys. Start creating your AR, super fun.